Welcome again to the old principal. 我就是老校长. And we've come to another English instructional program. Now, today's lesson will be number 8, chocolate chip cookies. Now, it may not look like it, but this is a 巧克力饼干, but it's chocolate chip. Okay? So there's little 巧克力碎片, okay? And it's inside of this. Oh, I love chocolate chip cookies. Oh, they are so good. I have always loved chocolate chip cookies. So today I'm going to tell you about that. First, we let Mrs. Ash read the story. I will be back in just a moment.
Number 8, chocolate chip cookies. One day, my mother left me all alone in the house because she needed to make a quick trip to the store. Before she left, she warned me to stay out of the kitchen and definitely not to eat the fresh chocolate chip cookies that she had baked. But the smell of freshly baked cookies went everywhere in the house. I couldn't help but think about those cookies. Should I obey my mother? I do what I do because my mother told me to, and she has power to reward and punish. But as she drove out of the driveway, my motivation to obey her disappeared. I went to the kitchen and ate some cookies. To resist temptation, the lowest motivation for conformity is rewards and punishments. When the rewards or punishments disappear, so does our motivation to conform. But there is another level, a motivation that is more resistant to temptation. I do what I do because my mother told me to, and I love her, and I want to do what pleases her. This is a much stronger motivation and provides greater resistance to temptation. I love my mother and want to make her happy. Unfortunately, though, after she left home, I discovered that I loved chocolate chip cookies more than I loved my mother. I do love my mother, but I discovered that love, in some cases, is not resistant to temptation. What would have made me the most resistant to temptation? Here it is. I do what I do because my mother told me to, and it is the right thing to do. When I come to a point where I do right because it is right, then I am most resistant to temptation. I will not eat my mother's cookies. In real life, my motivation for conformity includes elements of all 3 levels. But level 3 is the best reason to do what I do.
One day, my mother left me all alone in the house because she needed to make a quick trip to the store. What kind of store? Probably 超级市场, but whatever. So one day my mother left me all alone. That means I was alone. 我一个人留在家. 我一个人留在家 in the house because she had needed to make a quick trip to the school. I wasn't a baby. I could take care of myself. But she had some words of wisdom for me going on. Before she left, she warned me. Of course, you could say 警告 or 吩咐我 stay out of the kitchen. Stay out of the kitchen. 不要进去厨房。And definitely 一定的 do not eat the fresh chocolate chip cookies that she had baked. 不能吃她刚刚烤过拿出来的fresh chocolate chip cookies. 新鲜的巧克力饼干。So, stay out of the kitchen. 而且呢，更加不要吃那个巧克力饼干。So, this is her warning, 她的吩咐。Then, going on. My weakness. 我的弱点 my weakness. The smell of freshly baked cookies went everywhere in the house. 这个刚烤出来的新鲜的饼干的这个香味 went everywhere in the house. Okay, went everywhere in the house. 在整个家就这个飘到我们的家每一个地方And I couldn't help but think about the cookies. 我无法不想到这个 cookies. Of course, anybody, well, I would say anybody would say, oh, cookies, wow. But there was a new pressure on me. 新的压力. Should I obey my mother? 我应该顺从或听我妈妈的话呢? This is the pressure going on. Now, here we go. Well, you expect that the old principal, he is going to have a little philosophy lesson. This lesson, above all others, was really a very interesting experience. I do what I do. Okay, I do what I do means 我所做的事，凡我所做的事 I do what I do because my mother told me to. Okay, now it even said, I do what I do because my mother told me to. It sounds like a poem, right? And she has the power to reward and punish. She has the power. Okay? 她有什么能力权利 maybe both of them put together, to reward 奖励 or to punish 惩罚. So let's take a look at it. She has the power 这个能力 okay, or 权利 to reward me, or I punish. So you understand that this is why I did it. I do what I do because my mother told me to, and she has the power to reward and punish. Now, going on. But as she drove out of the driveway, 每一个家 是有她自己的车道。And that's a driveway. 接这个大马路 okay? As she drove out of the driveway, my motivation disappeared. Oh, let's look at that. My motivation, 我的动机，动力 okay? My motivation to obey, 顺从disappeared, 消失了，就不见。Why? Because my mother wasn't there. So, because I do what I do, because my mother told me to, and she has the power to what? Reward or punish, and she wasn't there, so no problem. I went to the kitchen and ate some cookies. That's me, little old John Ash. I went to the kitchen and I ate some cookies. Oh, I maybe have a problem. Okay? Going on. To resist temptation, 要抵挡诱惑。Some people say 试探，不过这个诱惑，抵挡诱惑 the lowest motivation 最低的这个动力 for conformity 就是顺从is rewards and punishments. 无论如何，如果你做事 or I do things because we want the reward or we want the avoid 避免这个惩罚 that is the lowest motivation 最低的这个动力 okay. This is the hardest one. Go ahead. Next. When the rewards or the punishments disappear, like my mother, when she disappeared, she drove away, the rewards and punishments went with her. 她不在，所以我就想，这没办法很容易就去吃这个饼干了。When the rewards and punishments disappear, 不见 so does our motivation to conform. 我们顺从的动力也不在 See? Do you see how this thing works in real life? Going on. But there is another level. 还有另外一个阶层的动力 that is more resistant 比较会抵挡 resistant 抵挡诱惑 It's better than rewards and punishment. This is a better way to resist temptation. Going on. I do what I do because my mother told me to. And I love her. And I want to do what pleases her. I do what I do because my mother told me to, and I love her. 很重要，我爱她。And I want to do what pleases her. 我要使她快乐、开心。In other words, I want to make her happy. Going on. This is a much stronger motivation and provides greater resistance to temptation. Okay? This is a much stronger motivation. 这个动力 比较强啊。Okay, and greater resistance 比较会抵挡诱惑。So what is the second one? I do what I do because my mother told me to. I love her and I want to do what pleases her. This is better. This is better than rewards and punishments. But, going on, I love my mother. I just want to tell you that. I really do love my mother. And I want to make her happy. But, going on, unfortunately, 不幸, though, after she left home, 她离开家, I discovered something. 发现一个很有趣的现象. I discovered that I loved chocolate chip cookies more than I loved my mother. I discovered that I loved chocolate chip cookies more than I loved my mother. Okay. This is a problem. My love for the cookies was greater than my love for my mother. Does that make sense? Going on. I do love my mother. But I discovered that love, have you discovered this? 喜爱 or 喜欢, okay, but in some cases is not resistant to temptation. If you really love, sometimes love 还是不会完全抵挡诱惑. Why? Because you love something else more than you love the original thing. I loved cookies more than my mother. When my mother was there, 当她在的时候, oh, I love you, mother. Yes, I will 顺从. I will do what you say. I will 听话. I will be obedient. But when my mother left, I found that I loved cookies more than I loved my mother. Going on. What would have made me most resistant to temptation? Okay. What would have made me most resistant to temptation? 什么东西会使我最会抵挡诱惑呢? And now I will tell you what it is. I do what I do because my mother told me to. 我所做的事是因为我妈妈叫我. I do what I do because my mother told me to. And it is the right thing to do. I do what I do because my mother told me to. And it is the right thing to do. Going on. When I come to a point where I do right because it is right, then I am most resistant to temptation. I will not eat my mother's cookies. Okay, when I come to a point, 我到了某一个地步, okay, 某一个地步, when I come to a point, 我到了某一个地步, where I do right, 我做对的事情, 因为是对的。Okay, I am most resistant to temptation. Most resistant to temptation. 最会抵挡诱惑。Okay, I will not eat my mother's cookies. Does that make sense? We're going to come back here, and I'm going to go over this in just a minute again, because that's a very important point. But first of all, let's finish up what we have. Go ahead. In real life, 真正的这个人生当中啊 my motivation, 我的动机，我的动力 for conformity, 顺从的这个动力，我动机，包括 the 3 levels, okay? All 3 levels. Rewards and punishments. Then the next one is because I love my mother and want to do what please her. And then the last one, to do right because it is the right thing to do. All of us have these 3. In fact, children tend to start with rewards and punishments. You can't reason. 你不能跟他们谈逻辑啊。You can't speak logic to children. They are just not able to handle that. So to begin with, what do? You use rewards and punishments. 给他一些奖励，给他一些惩罚。And a little child understands this. It's okay. This is what little children understand. Even big children understand. We all understand rewards and punishments. But then there comes a point where you start to love somebody and you want to please them, to make them happy. When you love somebody, 你爱上对方, then you want to do it because you love them, you want to make them happy. Excellent. Okay. And then finally, you have the last one. Finally, you come to a point, you say, you know what's the right thing to do? 这个是这样做就是对的，应该的。So then you say, fine. 因为是应该的, I will just do it. That's the highest level. To do right because it is right. Okay? But 顺从的动力 many times includes all 3 of them. Please understand that. Even as adults, 大人就是这样. And I'm going to come back and explain that one more time. But first of all, let's go on to the last slide. But level 3 is the best reason for what I do. 最好的这个理由 okay, 就是第3层的 I do what I do because my mother told me to, and it is the right thing to do. When I come to that, then I will conform. 我会顺从. Okay, very good. Now, we live in an interesting society. 我们的社会很有趣的. Many people do not do the right things. They break the rules. 政府的守则、法律等等啊. They break the rules. Okay? In fact, just driving the car, bop, 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 and you're driving the car. Okay. Some people, when they see a policeman, 看到警察, what do? Immediately, they slow down. Why? Because the level 1, 第一层的 rewards and punishments. 这个如果他快他的超速 then he's going to get in trouble. So 他会被他开单子惩罚. So they immediately slow down. They're, what do you say, 良心不舒服. Okay, so in society, some people, they try to make people happy. But you can't make everybody happy. And sometimes 有一个冲突. So I come to the final point again. Sorry to say it, but all of these are important. Rewards, punishments, 奖励, 惩罚, important. To love a person, important. But if you want the strongest motivation, do right because it is right. 因为是对的事情，我要这样做. That is the strongest way to resist 抵挡诱惑. And you'll be a good citizen too. Well, we've run out of time. We do have an email address, and the email address is theoldprinciple@gmail.com. 这个我们的电邮地址。不过下面也有我们的网站，这网址是 www.theoldprinciple， 那就是老校长.org. Hey, it's been great to spend this time with you. I got so excited I'm losing my voice. I hope that you'll join us next time for another interesting lesson.